Gu Miyoung's relationship with the moon was complicated, as are most relationships centered around power. Her muscles vibrated with anticipation as she balanced on the edge of the roof. The moonlight made her skin itch, like a string pulled too tight. She breathed deeply to steady her speeding heart, and the stench of rotten trash filled her nostrils. Her mother told her to be grateful for the power of the moon. It gave her strength, but sometimes Miyoung resented being strong. Miyoung scanned the roads below. The streetlights were burnt out and had probably been so for a while. Miyoung didn't mind. She saw as easily in the dark as most did in broad daylight. In her opinion, the broken lights only helped the aesthetic of the buildings. Cracks spidered across the crumbling facades, decorated with blooms of mold. Perhaps a more optimistic soul would see a strange beauty in the pattern. But not Miyoung. She pulled out her phone and dialed one of the 2 numbers saved in it.
"Did you find him, Sunbae?"
Nada asked as soon as she picked up. The way she stuttered out Sunbae made the respectful title sound suffocatingly formal, as if she were speaking to an elder twice her age, instead of Miyoung, who was only a year her senior. But Miyoung knew the younger girl used the title for multiple reasons, one being that 2 weeks ago her name hadn't even been Gu Miyoung.
"I tracked him to the same alley. He's been coming here all week. Just haven't figured out which apartment he goes into."
"I've been trying to use the phone location app,"
Nada said helpfully.
"It says you're right on top of him. Or is that your location? Click on your GPS."
Miyoung wanted to tell Nada to stick to communing with the spirits, but instead she swiped her screen and turned on the tracking option.
"Wait, now there are 2 of you."
Nada fell into muffled mutters. Miyoung rolled her eyes to the heavens as she held her tongue. It wouldn't help to yell. Nada was nervous by nature, a side effect of her ability to see ghosts since birth. Plus, Miyoung knew Nada meant well. But Miyoung didn't need good intentions. She needed a target. To stop herself from pacing, she sat on the edge of the roof and let her feet dangle over the 6-story drop. Gaining the high ground allowed her to stake out the area as well as her prey. Still, she'd only seen him from a distance, going on the vague description from Nada. Miyoung closed her eyes and counted to 10 to settle her nerves. Before her lay the cityscape of Seoul, the skyscrapers of Cheongdam-dong, a mecca of entertainment and glamour, the home of fashion and K-pop. The soaring height of 63 building, a symbol of the modernization of the capital city, sitting sentry beside the Han River. And the lights of Namsan Tower, where lovers and tourists went to see the world at their feet. Miyoung sneered at her own worn sneakers, dangling over a trash-filled alley. "What is he doing here?" Miyoung mumbled, mostly to herself. But Nada answered.
"The spirit says he goes there every night. Her death was too violent."
The other girl's words became morose.
"She needs justice before she can pass to the afterlife."
Miyoung wasn't sure if what she did was justice. Still, it was better than nothing. And if she had to kill, she might as well help a few wayward ghosts settle their grudges. Not for the first time, Miyoung wondered whether putting all her faith in Nada's spirits was a bad idea. She couldn't feed without the power of the full moon. No, that was a lie. She wouldn't feed without it. The full moon increased her senses, opened her up to energy, allowed her to absorb it without ripping a man apart. So if she didn't feed tonight, she'd have to wait another month, or she'd have to become a monster. She almost let out a laugh because she knew that even though the prey she chose were vile men, it didn't mean she wasn't a killer. Still, she wouldn't give in to her more base instinct, the one that wanted her to tear into flesh, to uncover the energy kept deep within every living creature, to drink that energy from a man without the need of the moon to channel it. No, she'd take it as gently as she could and pretend that she was a benevolent murderer.